Om Swastiastu. Good morning, dear honorable judges, my beloved brother and sister, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let us offer our gratitude to Ida Sang Yang Widiwasi. Because of his blessing and mercy, we are able to gather here on this beautiful occasion. Today, I'm going to deliver a Dharma Wacana entitled Dana Punya Beyond Money Towards Sincerity. My beloved brother and sister, the words Dana Punya are very familiar to us. When people come to a temple, they often say, I am going to do Dana Punya. And we also often notice a Dana Punya box in almost every temple. But here comes a question. Is Dana Punya only about what we do in the temple? Then, what is the true meaning of Dana Punya? When you hear the words Dana Punya, what comes to your mind? Is it money? Ladies and gentlemen, many people believe that Dana Punya simply means giving money. Some even say, no money, no Dana Punya. But do you agree with that? Do you agree that Dana Punya is just about giving money? So today, let us reflect together what is actually the essence of Dana Punya and why should we sincerely practice it. My beloved brother and sister, in Sanskrit, the word Dana means giving, while Punya means good, holy, happy, and sincere. Therefore, Dana Punya can be understood as a giving that is good, holy, happy, and done with sincerity. In Manawa Dharma Sastra, chapter 4, sloka 225, it is stated, Yo chitam pratiyagriyanati dadarya chiyatami vacho tahu abahu agochato swarga narakam tuiporyaye. This means those who sincerely give and receive Dana Punya will both attain heaven. But if it's not donated to the right person, it will lead us astray, even to hell. From this sloka, we can clearly see that Dana Punya must be based on sincerity. Without it, the act becomes meaningless. In other words, we should not perform Dana Punya with hidden intention, such as seeking respect, recognition, even popularity. But sadly, in today's world, we can easily find people, even politicians, who give only for the sake of being voted in election. That kind of giving is not Dana Punya, because it is not sincere. It is useless. My beloved brother and sister, you might now ask yourself, why we should do Dana Punya? Is it because really important for us? Of course, the answer is yes, absolutely. Because the most fundamental reason why we should do Dana Punya is that because we are actually one. Tatuam Asi. You are me, I am you, she is you, you are him, and she is me. We are one and the same. In the Upanishad, it is beautifully stated, Vasudeva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family. Now, if we are truly one family, then what we should do as brother and sister? Of course, we should help, care, and support each other. That is the spirit of Dana Punya. My beloved brother and sister, Dana Punya is not just about giving money. It is much broader and deeper than that. In our sacred text, it is explained that Dana Punya consists of three forms: Dharma Dana, Vidya Dana, and Artha Dana. The first type of Dana Punya is Dharma Dana. What does it mean? Simply, it is showing goodness with others. Dharma means true, good value, and good attitude. So Dharma Dana is when we remind, inspire, and show others how to live with good attitude and good behavior. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's take a look at our life today. You might have seen or even heard about some cases around us. Students who don't respect their teachers, friends who like to bully each other, even cases of cyberbullying on social media. Well, those problems even ended in something really tragic. Now, here comes a question. Why do these things keep happening? Is it because bad people keep increasing? Not really. One of the reasons is that good people often stay quiet. Yes, they see something wrong, but they just watch and do nothing. My beloved brother and sister, if we want to be a good person, we can use what we can do. My beloved brother and sister, what can we actually do? It doesn't have to be something big. We can start small by helping a friend struggle with a subject, explaining homework to classmates, even teaching younger kids in our neighborhood how to read. Not just that, we can use social media to share something useful, to share something educational, instead of just scrolling or posting random stuff. If we want to dream big, we can someday make a free learning center for everyone who cannot afford school. And remember, sharing knowledge is not about being a teacher. It's about caring. When we share what we know, we are practicing Vidya Dana, and that means we are already proud to change for a better world. My beloved brother and sister, now, the second type of Dana Punya is Vidya Dana. Vidya means knowledge or education. So Vidya Dana is about sharing knowledge or education with others essentially. My beloved brother and sister, maybe you heard about this quote before. Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. Yes, that means education is super important in our life. But sadly, not everyone in our country has the same chance to get an education. Even today, there are still millions of people who cannot read or write. Now, here comes a big question. Should we just leave this problem to the government? Of course not. As students, as educated people, we also have a responsibility. Because who else can share knowledge if not us, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, what can we actually do? It doesn't have to be something big. We can start small by helping a friend who struggles with a subject, explaining homework to classmates, or teaching younger kids in our neighborhood how to read. Not just that, we can use social media to share something useful and educational instead of just scrolling or posting random stuff. If we want to dream big, we can someday make a free learning center for everyone who cannot afford school. And remember, sharing knowledge is not about being a teacher. It's about caring. When we share what we know, we are practicing Vidya Dana. And that means we are already part of the change for a better world. My beloved brother and sister, now, the last type of Dana Punya, but definitely not the least, is Artha Dana. Artha means money or property. So Artha Dana is about sharing what we have, like money, food, clothes, even a place to live with others essentially. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know these are basic needs. We need a home to live, food to eat, clothes to wear, and money to be the essential. But unfortunately, many people still struggle to fulfill these needs. As of March 2025, approximately not 8% Indonesia were living in poverty, the lowest poverty rate in 2 decades. Even though the number is still going down, that's still almost 1 out of every 11 of us. So, how do the rest of us respond to this? Because nowadays, many people are so busy with themselves. Most of us spend time on our gadgets, scrolling, posting, updating stories. And that's fine. But it's become a problem if we forget to care about people around us. Because in reality, only a few truly think about and help others. My beloved Hindu brother and sister, if more of us embrace the spirit of Artha Dana, the gap between rich and poor could shrink. If we set aside a small portion of our money, our pocket money, our monthly income to share with those in need, imagine no one goes hungry and no one sleeps on the street. Simple, right? And let's not forget what Manawa Dharma Sastra in chapter 4, sloka 193, it is stated. Triya swapya suadatam hiwidino apyorjitam danam duatur puvatiyam artaya puratra duaturi vachu. This means, even if the world is unrighteously, but if it's not donated to the right person, it will lead us astray, even to hell. My beloved brother and sister, this sloka teaches us that setting aside a small portion of what we have for Artha Dana isn't just good, it's crucial. Ladies and gentlemen, and my beloved brother and sister, the true essence of Dana Punya is not just limited to giving money. It's about sincerity, giving from the heart. And Dana Punya can be practiced in 3 ways: Dharma Dana, Vidya Dana, and Artha Dana. We can choose 1, 2, or all of them, depending on our ability. And remember, Dana Punya is not just done in the temple. We can start it anywhere, at school, at home, in our community. Because a simple act of kindness might become something big and meaningful for someone else. So, my beloved brother and sister, let's not wait for tomorrow. Let's begin from today, and most importantly, from ourselves. Thank you very much for your time and kind attention. I truly hope it brings real benefit and inspiration. And please forgive me if there were any mistakes. And that's all about my Dharma Wacana. I close this Dharma Wacana with Parama Santi. Om Santi, Santi, Santi. Om.
Ini kagamanan untuk